Good morning, Kim McGee. Good morning, Hershey. Good morning, Isis. Good morning, oh Sheila. Uh, uh, uh. Oh Sheila. Oh Sheila. D. But it's you where I got to be. All right, oh Sheila's here. Coffee bean. Okay, I see you. I see you. Y'all give me a minute. I need to get off this road here. All right, so we on the road. Hallelujah. Baby, it was so much that happened last night. My head was spinning. Um, to be honest and to tell you the truth, I heard Lemon went off on Daughter, and they say Rico had some words for King Roman. So we'll see what that. It's just really interesting. And I've seen the video clip where King Roman was talking about the situation. So, everybody's saying, Rico, all that energy you have for me and Spirit and Stump Down and the other kids, they was like, you need to have that same energy. That's what they saying, unless you keep doing a new format. But that's what the girl's saying. But anyway, it probably will not happen, and I really don't care. I'm not here to stir it up. It is what it is. It's gonna naturally happen. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Um, the YouTube camera thing, get porn bombs. I'm just not there. I don't because it deals with other people in other sectors that I don't deal with often. I'm really not interested because we got enough ish in original beef sector with original beef sector people that we don't really have to be going other places to get content, honey, because it's right in our face. All right. So, maybe we're going to talk about Mississippi burn. Mississippi, goddamn. Okay? All of them in the heat of the night. So let me tell y'all how that came about. Let me tell you how that came about. Because I really do try to help people do the right thing, and people know I be trying to help do the right thing. Let me tell you what really happened here. So, Ron said he had something to show me, and he needed my email. So I'm like, okay, it's very unusual for Ron to want to show something. But I'm like, okay, all right, send it. So I was reading the text. Because I guess they were texting or DMing or something to that extent. And so the first thing I saw was Brian saying that, hey, I got my stuff together. I really didn't want to murder you. I didn't really want to kill you. Okay, I didn't really want to take you out. I just wanted to scare you. LOL. Now this is coming from Brian. LOL. And Brian was like, I think about you. I only think of you on 2 occasions. That day and night. I'll go for broke if I could be with you. What's the other song? Yeah, that one. I just remember that one. So, I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. I don't know where that came up. But so Brian was really like, I'm thinking about you and all of that stuff. And I'm like, okay. And then the white dude was like, I'm thinking about you too. And I was younger and we grew up, that type of thing. Okay? So, truth be told, Brian was telling the man how he did all the change on there. I'm gonna address the rose thing. Cause I'm gonna address that rose thing. I'm gonna address that too. So anyway, I saw pictures of Mississippi, and he's a white man. I mean, he ain't the best looking white man, but he's white. But Mississippi burning gives me very much 8 Mile in Detroit. So I told you the only white dude that I would ever deal with, I knew he hung with some black people because he had a little edge to him. And I think Mississippi Burning is the same way. Now let me tell y'all something about this thing with uppity and stuff. I'm not uppity, Lord Jesus told. This is why you don't put your relationship on YouTube. This is why you don't. And I was a little agitated with Tulsa because, again, some people always trying to push the envelope. Brian has not mentioned Roe in umpteen years, and Roe has moved right along. Do not be bringing Roe up in there because, again, they're leaving each other alone. And Roe didn't click the link. Roe didn't say nothing. Everybody was moving their merry way. And people want to talk about the man mama. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, this don't have nothing to do with the relationship. I mean, his mama wasn't hunching. Okay. I mean, I'm like, really, y'all? And so it was a serious kind of moment because a lot of people don't come to the B sector to interview because we do silly shit. You know what I'm saying? We do silly shit. And I respect the boundary. Now, what be getting me with Catherine is Catherine be getting too serious with these people. And Catherine be feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, damn, Catherine, stop feeling that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, you know how this person is. Because her eye. And then, of course, the Catherine thing. And honey, Catherine wanted to talk about that ball. Honey, Catherine was not going to let that ball head go. I'm like, girl, let that ball head go. I'm like, oh my God, you sitting up and fight with this person. This whole person's job is to get you pissed off and talk about it. You talk about something, you going to the beauty salon. I'm like, girl, really? I said, anyway, baby, y'all, look. Now, I am going to say, though, Tulsa kind of got on my nerves because this is the kind of stuff that it's just too far. And then the next thing you're going to be fighting with the people. And my job was not to fight with Mississippi. My job was to ask questions. And see, this is what y'all hoes be missing. And this is why some of y'all will never be newscasters or anchors. Because the thing is, y'all think y'all got to go for the juggler. No, there are ways to ask questions. There are ways to ask answers and to rephrase an answer to get maybe what you want. But no, y'all hoes just go straight to it. And I'm like, well, damn. And this is why I told people to go on mute. No. I just think sometimes people do too much. I just think sometimes people do too much, and they need to scale it back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I like Tulsa. I really like Tulsa, but sometimes it's like, girl, we just got the man on, okay? And we might want the man on again. You know what I'm saying? You want your guest to come back. And then the role thing. I'm like, girl, move on. Move on. Now, I can see a Roe would have clicked the link and came up and said something. But it's just like, really? I mean, move on. And I don't know. No, Tulsa ain't jealous. Tulsa just messy. Don't get me wrong. I'm messy. But, baby, you got to move in a different way. And you got to feel the room. Hey, look. Look at who was asking the question. I didn't ask nothing about Brian Mama. I might have said, well, do you know the events that has happened? Brian has gone through quite a great deal, and he's gone through a lot of challenges. And then Brian might say, well, yeah, my mama passed and all of that. But his mama died. I'm like, well, bitch, you know about Honest Road? I'm like, oh, what you, really? Yeah. It was like, really though? And I felt it was a bit messy. I felt that in my spirit. I felt that in my spirit. This ain't textbook. I felt it in my spirit. There's a spirit of messiness and a spirit of, let me get it served up. That's what I felt in my spirit. And it was not the appropriate time. No, I didn't give a damn about the algorithm. I, I didn't give a damn about the algorithm, baby. It was, you try to respect people. Mississippi said I need boundaries. And see, one thing, let me tell you about Mississippi that I like about Mississippi. Mississippi said, I ain't telling all of this. I'm like, you go, Mississippi. Mississippi said, I ain't telling you all of this. And I'm like, okay, I see you, Mississippi. And see, Mississippi will gather some of y'all girls. I really feel that Mississippi will gather some of y'all girls. Because Mississippi sounds like he can go from 0 to 90 in 3 seconds. Okay? I really feel that Mississippi will gather some of y'all girls. I believe that at that. You can think what you want. So let me go on with my story. So this is what I really think about the whole situation. I think Brian needs to be very slow and very careful because sometimes you get what you want, but it ain't always what you think it is. It may be a great thing that he met Mississippi, and it may be a chance at love again. I'm not saying it's not. But let me tell you something. Mississippi got a mouth. Mississippi is very zesty, and Mississippi will let you know. And it seems like some of them remnants ain't gone nowhere. I saw Mississippi, and yes, he does look like he'll milk a cow and plow a whole field. He does look very country, but his mouth don't sound country, and his mind don't think country. It is very much urban Mississippi black person. Okay, it was given very much. But thank you, girl, Shauna. It was given very much. What's her name? What's that lady name? Maya Angelou. Okay, it was given very much. I grew up with black people, and he done went to somebody's beautiful line, a black church, because it was very much. Because if I did not know who he was, and if I would have closed my eyes, I would have been like, okay, whose Zesty son is this? Because it was given very much Zesty son. So now I didn't know that when they started talking about David, honey, it got real deep. And so again, I think that Mississippi has control issues, and I saw Brian kind of back down with Mississippi, and I think Mississippi will give it to you. Mississippi pop you in your mouth by twice. I hope he ain't popping people no more. But I can see Mississippi popping you in your mouth and cussing you out because he seems like that type of dude. I thought he was going to be like a Brian, nice black Brian, and all that. I thought he was going to be proper white man. No. This is beauty salon. Okay, and my mama goes to a Pentecostal church with black people, white man. This ain't one of them kind of white men. Okay, he's not like them. He's not like them. Okay, he's not like them. Maybe he ain't like them. Okay, I thought somebody who's gonna sound like Carlton or Garrett was gonna get a no. That was Bertha May Beauty Salon on a Friday with the gossip. Okay, baby, that white man ain't like them. Okay, I'm just saying. Because I heard the voice, and maybe I have good discernment. And that boy, yeah. And then Brian gonna talk about that he keyed the man's car, and Brian told the man that he was gonna early him. Child. But let me tell y'all something though. Mississippi got Brian together because Brian was getting ready. No, let me stop. No Mississippi did. I had to tell Brian, hey, you need to chill out. Because Brian was like Brian was flashbacking. Honey, Brian was flashbacking over there. And I'm like, I know this nigga ain't getting ready to go and spill all of this tea, talk about 2015 when you did this to me. And baby, and Mississippi was like, we ain't gonna discuss this here. And I felt that vibe. Because Mississippi was not here for that. And let me tell you why I stopped a lot of stuff. If I could have really went in being messy, it could have been full-fledged see if Brian is going to let infatuation get him, or is he really going to take his time and see if this is going to work. Because, baby, I had to bring up sinners, honey. No white folks is sinners. Okay, with Michael P. Jordan, and I was Mississippi too. Okay, I was Mississippi too. So I just want to make sure. So anyway, but Brian was there. It was really interesting. It was really interesting. And he said that he did Brian wrong. And see, it seemed like everybody was doing everybody wrong. Telling who they could see or not. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to be the problem. Homework is going to be the problem. And see, you ain't going to shake homework away because homework was there. But see, I think, y'all talking about honest road. Brian ain't never been honest road. Brian, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's that homework. Homework might be a problem. Now, I'm just saying. All right. Now, also, too, y'all, let me talk about this. Child, let me say this. Tommy, go see a therapist. You and Castro need to go see a therapist. And you know what? Let me tell you something, verbal assassin. Girl, sometimes you are not a help to people. You're a hindrance. Let me tell you something. I'm with a man. And whether I get seen or not, I've always been a gay man. I've always been a gay man. You know, it is what it is. Bisexual, what have you. So, again, what I don't like is homophobic hoes under the guise of being a gay man's friend. And that's why I have a problem with you. And hopefully, with your fat ass husband, you get some dick. Because it seems like between both of y'all fat, something may not be penetrating. So you better be worried about if you get some dick. Okay? You better be worried about that. Because, baby, you may need to get some of that Ozempic. Okay, let me move right along. Okay, that hoe, I'm like, I know this hoe ain't coming for me. And I was telling again, Castro, move on. Castro, did you file a police report? Because Castro was up there acting like he done lost his best friend. Now he got a job, praise the Lord. Now, I don't know how true that is. But now, this is the thing. And this is why I always say these girls are playing in folks' face. Because, again, people were saying that Castro was calling Tommy. And Tommy had it on speaker. Now, they say Tommy be doing some trickery. But that's what they said. But I do know Tommy was in Castro's chat. And I told him, stay out that man's chat. But then, you know, Tommy got them folk that block folk. But let me tell you something. You can block, you can say whatever you want. But I am so tired of you blaming everybody. That boy, it's my daddy, it's Castro, it's Jay Wilson, it was, yeah. I'm so tired of it. You need to go seek a counselor and get counseling for Alcoholic Anonymous. You and Castro. Both of y'all hoes ain't well. Both of y'all ain't well. Now you saying that the man got this, and if you got it, then well, go get tested. Okay? You let me baby, let me eat my egg roll. Okay, let me eat my egg, bacon, cheese, and sausage bowl, Jesus. Honey, y'all, it's rough stuff over there. And people don't realize it's both of y'all fault. And I'm not giving none of y'all hoes the bad. You don't have to like me. I'm not the one begging my daddy for an oil pill. I'm not riding on ball tires. And Mariah Carey screaming brakes. Okay, that ain't my car. So you get mad at me. And then you want to blame all of the gay men. Tommy, take accountability. You and Castro did this. This was y'all genius ideal. People was trying to help y'all retarded asses. But no, y'all don't listen to us. Now, all of this is happening. So you want to blame everybody. Shut up, move on. Brian, be careful. I got a different perspective of Mississippi from yesterday. So I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know if Brian want to talk about some things. It's up to him. Um, I hope that they talk. I hope they come to an understanding. I know a lot of people are concerned because they done been through some domestic stuff. But like I said, everybody is different. Everybody's different. I take that into account. I told Mississippi no one should ever put their hands on anybody. I meant that. I said it. And I hope Ron is not so much in love that he don't see the red flags. And Mississippi, to be honest. Because it takes two. Mm-hmm. Hey, Lady Sparkles. I'm going to drop this link here. Bro. And the man came on, baby. I'm telling you, Mississippi is very spicy, honey. He's very zesty with some kick to it. Mississippi sounds like he'll fight in the club. Right? Maybe he sounds like he was the aggressor. And this is, baby! Baby! Mississippi didn't remember a lot of stuff. Ooh, Brian was talking about David. Brian did, because you hit me twice. Oh, he hit you twice? Oh, I'm like, okay, girl. My God, today. Hold on, let me put my banner up. Girl, you don't never know who's going to pour up on you. Hold on.
Straight up. I
What's up,
stay in love. Good morning.
Good morning. What's going on?
Well, so listen, let me tell you what happened. We jumped right back into 10 years ago. And yeah, we was on the phone pretty late last night. He's a property manager. I found out that he does that now. So he has to wake up. So he just literally woke my bitch ass up. And he texted me, but put the full screen, put me on full screen, Pastor.
Hold on for a minute. I'm driving. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, my bad. I stay in love. I'm gonna be jamming Mariah Carey. I stay in love with you all day today, baby. He didn't got a little thick though, but he's still
What's
smaller than
that?
me. Well, that's him. I only did have his face, and y'all can't see his crystal blue eyes, but that dude's still in love with me, and I found out that I'm still in love with this nigga right here. And I'm not infatuated, Pastor. It's the point that this dude hit me up out of nowhere yesterday, and we just jumped right back into where we were. And that's why I say I know he's
Where
sincere.
were you? You said you jumped back into where you were. So
Yeah.
my question is, where were you? And,
Well,
I don't want to get into deep details, but how
mhm.
did y'all handle some of those rough edges that were unresolved when you all left? Because I know somebody got their car keyed and somebody said that they was going to murder somebody. It was a whole lot of mess. So how y'all get through all of that?
Hey, Jay Wilson, leave and come back out, Jay Wilson. You're popping. I don't know if nobody told you, but you're popping, and I want your audience to get the best experience from you. And while you do that, let me get something right quick. I need some water. I'll be right back.
All right. So how did y'all do all of that craziness of keying cars and murdering somebody and all of that? Because y'all seem like y'all went through a
Hey Jay
whole lot
Wilson.
of yeah.
Jay, hey Jay Wilson, do it one more time. Try to do it one more time. You're still crackling, or maybe try to turn your maybe try to turn your volume down too as
All right.
well.
How about now?
Okay, that's better. But give me 1 second. Let me run to my refrigerator, give me some water, and I'll be right back.
He always running somewhere. Jesus. Mm-mm-mm.
All right, I'm back. My fault. I had to go get me some water.
So can you hear me now? Is it clear?
Well, I know you're driving, so maybe that's what it is. I just wanted your audience to get the best
Hold on
experience.
for a minute. Hold on for a minute, because I want to hear this. Hold on.
Okay. And I keep on telling myself that you come back around. And I try to front like, oh, well, every time you let me down. But I can't get over you. I stay in love. Man, if y'all don't go listen to Mariah Carey, I Stay in Love off that MC equals 2, baby. E equals MC. The one, okay, that album with Touch My Body on it, baby. If y'all don't go listen to that album, bitch, I was jamming it just now. I ain't moving too fast.
Brian, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you better now.
Okay. So as I was saying,
Hmm.
I heard Ken Cause, I heard Erda, I heard David, I heard all of this stuff, Roll, which I thought was silly, but anyway. So how did y'all get through all of that? I mean, have y'all kind of bended those loose ends? What's going on?
Well, as we talked about it last night, there's a clean slate program that we're going to implement. He has like from years ago, he is in a different place, and I'm in a way different place. Um, and that's just what we're gonna do. We're gonna implement that shit. But I already know that, what I'm saying. He said he never got over me. He didn't really want to leave, but we needed to separate at that time because it was toxic, you know. And like I said, I was doing stuff to him that made him angry and triggered him, like talking to other dudes on the phone. Um, it. I knew exactly what I was doing that made
But
the relate.
how do you talk to other dudes? Because I have male friends, and I talk to them on the phone. My partner has male friends. I mean, and so I don't get upset or pissed off. So what were you doing? I mean, to piss him off? Were you using them to piss him off?
Well, the thing about it was he knew that David liked me, and I talked about David. David, when I was single, David was my friend, and we kind of messed around a couple of times. Um, and he knew that, but we was in the friend stage, and like I told you, when he moved in, everything was at
You
a.
can't, you can't do that, honey. You can't. Ah, okay, go ahead. I hear you.
When he moved in, everything was like at a like a everything was like it was like an overnight romance. Like we met that one time and he just kept coming back to where he moved in. And David called me one night thinking that I was still single, thinking that, I was still, I didn't have anybody. And he just was hitting me up like we normally talked on the phone, like in the wee hours of the morning, like, hey, how you doing? And oh, I just got off of work. Hey, man, I can't go to sleep. What's going on with you on board? Type of shit. He didn't know I was laying in the bed with Mississippi. And Mississippi, I tried to introduce them and he wasn't here for David at all. He was so dry to David, and to where I just had to talk to David for a little bit and hang that phone up. As soon as I hung that phone up, that nigga slapped the fuck out of me. So I realized what I was doing to make him triggered like that. But he's in a much mature he's in a much mature place. When he moved in with me, he was 23, and I was 27, 28, you know what I'm saying? So, he's 33 now. And the fact that
Interesting.
he's a Scorpio, and you can't do that to Scorpios. You know what I'm saying? Scorpios have a temper about them. You know what I'm saying? And it just, it just is what it is. But right now,
So, Brian, how
he,
have you changed, though? Because let me tell you, I did notice something, and you're
yeah,
going to have to work on it. You tried
yeah.
to bring some shit up, and I'm like,
Right, hold up, Jay Wilson, your phone. Hold up, now.
four, three, two, one, and you were like, yeah, because you remember this, you remember that. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, okay, y'all get ready to go. And again, it seems like Mississippi kind of said, I'm not talking about that. I don't know these people. And Mississippi stopped it. And see, one thing I'm gonna say about Mississippi that a lot of you hoes need to take note of, Castro, Tommy. Again, nobody can make you talk about shit. And Mississippi stopped that shit. And the girls was gathered. Okay? Mississippi was
Shit.
like, nope, we're not gonna talk about that. We can talk, nope, we're not gonna talk about that. And so,
Oh
Brian,
yeah,
I'm telling you,
that
Mississippi
nigga.
still sound like he will get you together.
Yeah,
Because he was getting things together.
I ain't gonna lie though, that nigga did. I mean, he always worked. He always took care of me, gave me money. Even though he was younger than me, he had like I don't know how to explain it. Like I mean, he was always responsible, always. You know what I'm saying? But right now, like I said, if I show you these messages, that dude is moving fast. He's moving
He's
extremely.
moving fast, Brian, but you need to slow it down. And I'm not saying that you can't be in love, but You all, I mean, yeah, that was 2015. But let me tell you what bothers me with second time around. Y'all really don't work through shit. Y'all talk about it. Y'all say XYZ, but I don't know. And I think your romance was really quick. And so now it should be a getting to know you and getting acquainted to you, what you've been doing, who you've been dating, what's been going on since we parted. This is what's been going on with me. Because again, you say he accepts you for who you are. So tell him
Yeah,
all of who you are. Tell him everything that's been going on and see what's
yeah,
gonna go on. Because sometimes we want shit to go our way because we want it to go our way. But my thing is, y'all need to know each other and how you changed and how we've changed and so on and so forth. Because I think that's gonna be critical. Now, look, I want y'all to make it. I really do, because I think everybody should have somebody.
oh no,
But I
that's my
don't think
soulmate.
everybody should have. I don't think everybody should have somebody for the sake of having someone.
Nah, hell
And if
nah,
it's,
hell
if,
nah. Hell nah, when I was sick in 2016, when I first got them blood clots, that dude stayed at the hospital with me. The bed was so small that he moved that chair. He moved the little Jerry chair, and he laid that motherfucker out, and he scooted it next to the bed. And you know
but
what I'm
so did
saying?
homework. You see what I'm saying? So did
Nah,
homework.
homework ain't do no homework ain't do no shit like this. This dude,
Okay? I'm telling you, Brian. Just be careful. And I'm not saying that this is not the one. And I'm not trying to say, but
oh nah.
LeBron, be realistic now. You look at that long term and short term. I
No, he's
mean,
my son. No, listen to what I'm telling you. I'm gonna take it slow, but I already knew. I told you this maybe 6, 7 months ago that he's my
mhm.
soulmate. I I I already told you. I just knew somehow or another he was gonna find his way back to me. And the dude just sent me a blank email yesterday. And I was thinking to myself, and God knew when I was in that hospital the last time, I was thinking about him hard. I was thinking about him hard. I was like, well, dang, I wish he was here. He always, what I'm saying, he came straight, he spent the night here. The people tried to tell him to leave. He argued with them people and said, no, I'm not leaving. Like, and I don't know, Jay Wilson. He's my soulmate, and I'm gonna take it slow. But I
Yeah,
did have a
I want you to take it slow. And I'm not saying this because first of all, I believe in love. Number one, I believe in love. I believe in love. But after seeing all of this crud and this junk, and I just think that at the end of the day, like I said, if he loves you in July, he's gonna love you in November.
Well,
Now, my question to you is,
listen, he said
he,
he wanted to talk to you again. So I said maybe one day you can hit the link instead of me being
okay.
like,
I don't know. I don't know if it's a link thing. I don't know, Brian, because again, okay, because I don't know, Brian. I'm not
well,
with
he
this.
felt that y'all was in his
I,
business. He had a
I'm
problem
not
with
messy. See,
TMO last
that's
night.
the thing. Yeah, but let me say this: I'm not messy, and I'm really serious about this. This is why I had an issue with Tulsa, because again, yeah, you put it on YouTube, but there's a way to do things, and sometimes we do a little too much, and we trying to do a lot, but we doing too much. And my thing is, I really want you to win, and I just I'm I think that I think he loves you. I think you love him.
Nah, it ain't no thing. It ain't no thing of
No,
nothing.
that's me. Because let me say this. Because that's your relationship. I'm talking about
Yeah.
from my vantage point.
This
You
dude is my
know,
soulmate. He's
I am
my
talking
straight up
about from my. But
soulmate.
listen to you. Listen to you. That's what you think. But I'm
All
talking
right.
about from my vantage point. Because I don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from my vantage point. So I understand what your vantage point is, and I get that. I get that. That's your vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
But from a person who's been in situations, you know, let me give you an example. So the person who I was with in Cincinnati, oh my God, it was like, bam. I'm like, oh my God, how did this happen? But baby, let me tell you something. And it was very interesting because I see how some things intersect. We left, I moved to Texas, and he stayed where he was. And I went to my niece's graduation because I had to go back to Ohio. And for some reason, he hit me up. Now, I was a whole new different person. I mean, slim down, da 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 da. And you know, we talked, everything was good. We didn't leave on good terms. And so he wanted to come to Texas, and you know what? I really loved boy. I really did. But baby, some red signs there and some red flags there. And I had to really be honest with myself. I'm like, I'm not gonna live like this, and I'm not saying this is you, but I had to be honest with myself, and I said, you know what? I think you need to go back to Ohio. I don't think it's going to work because it was a lot of I wanted to do it my way. It was a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I don't put myself second to nobody, and I had to let it go. Now, as much as I like that dude, I had to let it go. And I said, I think you'd be better off with your son because he's getting ready to go to college. And I left it like that. And so I'm not saying that's
Well,
the
let me
same
tell
thing
you,
with
Jay
you.
Wilson. No, let me explain something to you. I can already see myself. I can see us getting married. Like it ain't moving too fast. Like that's just how. Like all
So
the
how
years.
so you say we're gonna get married. So are you willing to forego all of that stuff? Because now, Brian, I'm not gonna be messy, but I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I've
be
seen how
honest.
you talked about being gay and all of this stuff, and I'm like, so are you willing to forego that? Because again, I've seen a lot of stuff, and it's like, okay, I understand. I mean, my thing is this: maybe he's ready, but have you gotten yourself prepared and ready? Have you really
And
made sure that you've done everything you need to do on your end? Because y'all Negroes are scared of therapy, and sometimes I think y'all need to
I'm in.
go. No, and
I'm
I'm
in
not laughing.
therapy.
I'm very serious. I am
I'm
very serious about that
I'm
because
I'm
you
in
don't want to bring
therapy.
baggage into that. Okay, that's good because you don't. And I'm being real today. I'm not trying to shade. I'm not coming from a shady place. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to break up your love life. I'm trying to be honest and real. Because baby, like I told him, and like I'm telling you, you cannot get to your light until you deal with your darkness. You cannot sweep over that shit and don't think it's going to resurface again. And if you haven't handled it, or if you haven't really addressed it, it's going to pop up again. Like he popped up again, that shit will pop up again. And baby, one thing about the universe, God, whoever, let me tell you something. God don't work on social promotion. Because, honey, if you don't pass that test, you're going to see it again. Okay? You're going to see it again. And just because you moved to New Hampshire, baby, if you bound to New Hampshire, you're going to be bound to San Antonio. It's not the location of being bound. It's just you got to handle that stuff. And I'm just being real. And I think that you got to do the work. Got to
Yeah.
do the work. And that's all I'm saying
Yeah.
to you. I know you love him and he loves you. If y'all really love each other, y'all gonna do everything possible to make sure you stay together. And so you gotta do the work. Because a little of old Brian peeked out in that conversation
Nah,
when you
nah,
started
hold on.
talking
Let me say
about
this.
what happened. Okay, go ahead.
Well, let me say this because we never, we had a couple of fights, and it was good for us to leave. And then as soon as we broke up, he met this dude, and this dude sat up there and called me because he left some things at the goddamn apartment. So the dude called me while he was on his way back to the apartment. His new dude called me and was telling me about my penis and was telling me, well, why is he, so, this and that. And, it was very awkward and weird. So when he came, the last time I saw him, I gave him his car key and I gave him the rest of his clothes. And he acted like he wanted to stay there. But I was so hell bent. I just got pissed off. The dude called me that I just
Well,
closed
you
the
still
door.
sound pissed off. See, this is what
Well,
I'm saying. And it almost came out when you were talking to him. And see, it's shit like that that you need to get resolved within you. And see, if he maybe moved on and it got see, bro, I'm not trying to be funny, but
no,
this
I
little
got
shit
you.
like that can resurface,
I
and the
got
next
you.
thing you know, you're doing the same shit again. So
Nah,
I'm
hell
being
no.
real. I am being real. Do everything to protect your relationship,
I am. I am,
and
and
that's
trust
all I'm
me.
saying.
And
That's
trust
all I'm
me.
saying. And the first thing, it don't start with you two people. It start with you. And that's the real thing. People like, but Jay Wilson, you don't never talk about my man because my man ain't on here. My man don't sleep with none of y'all. So again, he ain't gonna be on here. And let me say this, baby. At the beginning of our relationship, I was a hell fucking raiser. Okay, and I did not play shit. But I had to realize you got to do something with this Aries ways, baby, because baby,
Boy, them Aries, boy. I already
baby,
know.
but like I said, we are good. I'm telling you. I tell you one thing. He ain't never hit me. I ain't never hit him.
And then the thing about it, Jay Wilson, was, we were so good together. We were like, we enjoyed spending time together. We enjoyed good. I could send you pictures of us on the beach, and like we traveled. He showed me the white, the things of life, and it was like an experience, like doing, some things that us black people don't do, right? And it was
Meaning
so
what?
I
Meaning
mean,
what?
it was just fun. It was just fun. Like he took me to certain places. He showed me certain foods, and it was just a new experience of just getting to know him and like actually, like spending time with him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
It
it's
was.
really interesting because I think that race is a dynamic as well. And I mean, like I said, the bottom line is make sure you are who you are within that relationship. One thing you did say that I can appreciate is you accepted me for who I was, and I think that was really good. But at the end of the day, Brian,
That
um,
nigga knew that nigga knew I was cat pee crazy, and he took the time to understand me. He took the time to realize that I had trauma in my life. He knew about my mother dynamic. He didn't let her bully him. He proved to, like, he made her like, no, I'm with him. He's still your son. He's coming to check on you. I'm gonna be with him. Now I'm nice to you. You can either accept me or you're just gonna have to be forced to see me. That's how he kind of did her. He kind of did her like that, and to the point where they ended up talking. They ended up becoming, I ain't gonna say friends, but like she acknowledged him and she respected him. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew.
and I can appreciate that, and that's good. So my thing is this. My thing is this. Um,
I'm just
And
gonna
then
take it slow. I'm gonna take your advice. I'm gonna take your advice. I think your phone messing up, Jay Wilson. Yeah, man. So like I said, we was on the phone late last night. I'm gonna take it slow. He already talking about driving back to Houston. To
okay, Brian, it's me. It's my bad. I'm in an area where it's a lot of concrete and
Go
stuff.
ahead.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right. So is Mississippi in Houston or he's out of
Mm.
Houston? Is he in the state of Texas or out of state of Texas?
He is 8 hours away. Okay, and he's already talking about coming back. But he works Monday through Friday. He's a property manager. Um, but he's already talking. I mean, he's moving fast. And I can appreciate that
But Brian,
because
let me say this. No, 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 no. I understand that, but it's something about the speed. My thing is, look, let's continue. I'm not trying to say don't come. I don't know, Brian. Let me
hold
say
up,
something
Pastor.
that let me say
Hold
what
up.
unnerves me. No, I'm gonna let you say this, but I'm gonna tell you what unnerves me. Let me
What?
tell you what unnerves me. I'm happy that you all are together. I'm happy that you found each other again. But the second time around, sometimes you need to do things different because it happened fast the first time. And it's something when you rush it and it happens fast that some things are not always thought out. And I just think you need to say, look, I love you. I want to be with you. But slow your roll. Breathe. Let da da da. Because see, Brian, sometimes when you do things quickly, you overlook certain things and you don't always see things. And my thing is, I know that when I work methodically, but yet at a good pace and not try to speed it and rush it, I can see things or I can put loose ends together. And I think it's the speed for me. Like I said, this is your relationship, but you're coming over here.
Yeah.
I'm giving you, I'm
No,
giving
I'm
you the God
choosing
honest. I'm giving you the God honest
opinion
how
that I
I
asked
feel,
for.
an opinion, and that's it. Because I want y'all to know, people like Jay wasn't trying to run your
No, I
relationship. No, because
asked you.
hell, you can get off of here and you can be with the man tomorrow. I mean, I can't do nothing about that, but I'm giving you my God honest opinion.
I asked
Brian,
you, and I wanted your
and
opinion.
I get it, and I'm giving it to you. So I'm giving
Yeah,
it to you, Brian.
I hear you.
Don't let him speed it up, and don't you speed it up because you want somebody, and y'all know y'all together. You all can be together and,
Yeah,
and,
because
and still do your
look,
thing. Say,
look, look, look,
because my
look,
thing is, it's the speed of things that bother me. Because when
look.
you're speeding, you don't always see everything, and that's my opinion. It's my opinion. Go
But
ahead.
let me tell you like that. I appreciate somebody that let me know that they know what they want. He said he thought about me often during them 10 years, and that so I appreciate somebody who knows exactly what the fuck they want. We too old to play games. So you telling me that you
You
still
are.
love me and you want me?
I understand.
I'm open minded.
Understand that. But be open minded. But look, Brian,
Hmm.
have boundaries. Have a date. Maybe you all need to come up with a date that is not breakneck speed and
This
say,
dude is
okay,
coming this weekend.
that's
Plain
one
and
thing
simple.
coming this weekend. Is one thing coming this weekend. All right, Brian, let me say this. Let me say
Yeah.
this now. Yeah. I have not been wrong about too many things. Y'all may not like it, and you may not always agree with it. I know these niggas be hating because they
Yeah.
don't have no discernment. They don't. They don't have no discernment. But let me say this. Let me say, I'm being honest. I think that this is the person for you. I think I heard him, and he sounds pretty solid, and I think he's good. And so I'm excited about that. I think that, this is the person that, you're supposed to be with. You're going to be with him. I'm excited about it. I am not hating. I'm very excited about it. Very excited about it.
I am too,
However,
because you know why?
and I know, however, and it's okay for you to come to visit. But you know what? There's some things, a few things, and a few loose edges that I need to work out. And I think that we need to really take this at a not a breakneck speed, but at a moderate pace. At a moderate pace, because I do want you to come to Houston. I want you to come back here, and I want us to be together. I want that, and I'm telling you, I want that now. But Brian, I want you to hear the similarities of then and now. You all moved at a breakneck speed. He moved from Mississippi right to Texas. Boom, 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 boom. Brian, take time to breathe. I want you to really, really think short term, and I really, really want you to think long term and think about the pros, the cons, how this should look. I think you all should really plan. It shouldn't be, okay, I'm coming and da 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 da. Y'all ain't teenagers no more. You know, it's really funny how people want to tell me, because I have friends right now. I'm like, bitch, I'm 55, and I'm not going through divorce and all of this, da 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 da. My partner's going to keep his house. I'm going to keep my house. We'll get something together. And hopefully we'll have 3 properties. But if anything were to happen, and heaven forbid, if anything were to happen, baby, we sell that house, we split the proceeds, and we go both out, both out. Baby, this is business. You don't think Jay Wilson ain't thinking these things out? And we talk about things like that. We talk about things like that, Brian. So I'm telling you, you're not 20 anymore now. You're not 20.
Pastor, see the way with him.
Time ain't ticking. Okay, go ahead.
But the way with him, his shit is my shit. That's how he always did me.
Brian, listen to yourself now. I want you to hear yourself. I'm just being honest. But listen to Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson has been with this man for a good minute. But Brian, again, see, that's the thing. Love is beautiful. But Brian, when you start talking about this, it becomes business too. And I think we get so caught up and we don't really get to the business issue of it and who's going to do it. Yeah, what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. But let's be realistic about it, and we got to have those grown people discussions. I think you all really need to have some really discussions of, okay, what happens if this, what happens if that. I'm not trying to do a self-fulfilled prophecy that y'all ain't going to be together. I just want y'all to be realistic. Sometimes you can get caught up in la-la land and love, 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 love. That's great. But you all need to realize, too, that there are some things that come with that. All I'm saying is be aware. If that man loves you today, he's going to love you in December.
Exactly.
My thing is this. Don't rush it, Brian. I'm telling you.
I'm not going to rush it.
Brian, you will thank me later. I'm not saying that ain't your man. I ain't saying that ain't your man. Because it sounds like y'all baby. But you will thank me later. Because, see, this is the thing, Brian. Listen to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people graduate from college, but they could have graduated much quicker if they had a plan. If they had a plan.
I get what you're saying. If they had a plan. It took me a while to get my degree.
So my thing is this. Have a plan, Brian. That's all I'm saying. You got to take the time to step back and say, okay, I'm going here because of this. You got to do your homework. Because you will get to where you want to go quicker when you plan it. But when you just do impromptu shit, things happen along the way. And you would have been like, I could have been much farther ahead had I planned. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that ain't your man. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm on mute now. Go ahead.
I'm an impromptu type of guy, you know, but I do get what you're saying. But the thing I'm going to do different this time is I'm going to have fun. I'm a different guy, and I want him to really, you know, get to know me, get to know my struggles, get to know my aspirations, and just, you know, get to know me. But at the same time, you know, it's like two magnetic forces. Like, you know, it's like two magnets just, you know, being forced to come together. You know, he knows about my...
But shouldn't that happen during the time of separation, and then you all come together and it happens? You know, bro, I think you're going to be together regardless. But I really do think that you need to really. I think you really need to plan, and I think y'all really need
a different man,
Jake.
I'm a
I
different
understand that,
man, and I'm
but
gonna
listen, Ron, plan, talk.
okay. I'm a plan to have
So
fun and be a free spirit,
you
and
seem like you was that when you well hell, Brian. Y'all seem like y'all was that when y'all met. I mean, the man
uh-uh.
moved from Mississippi in a day, boom, boom, boom. That seemed like it was free and real quick. Let me tell you
No,
something, Brian. I look. Because you're older, nobody's saying that you can't be free and enjoy life. I just think you need to be more adult and think about that. And you keep on hearing, I'm older now, I'm changed now. And as an older, changed person, you
which is
think
true.
a little bit more about things. Nobody, me and my boo have fun right now. We playing something now. He's playing something now. You know, I mean, there's a concert coming up. We gonna go to this? Yeah, babe, we can go to this. Da 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 da. So again, but you gotta be adult about this. You are in your mid to upper 30s now.
No, upper
You
30s.
ain't
I got
okay.
about a
Okay.
good couple more years.
Okay. So you ain't a teenager now. You got to think things through. You got to think things through. You know, you can't be to the point where I'm in love, or I'm in love. We're gonna get together. I'm in love. Okay, yes, be in love, but
But the
yes,
love never left.
I'm not talking about love leaving, love going, love staying. Love and sensible thinking and reasonable thinking and communication is gonna be key. Now, Brian, I'm gonna tell you, I know the niggas be hating, but I'm not wrong for the most part. I am not wrong, and I think that you really love him. I think he really loves you. That is not questioned. I feel that. I think that he's good for you because I really like how he handles things. But again, you know, yeah, revisit those things. And I know y'all different people, okay? But revisit some things. And all I'm saying is long term, short term. And see, I'm not even telling you to be on YouTube about that. I'm telling you off of YouTube, whatever in your real life, because I'm really serious about this. I think that,
I'm
you
excited,
know,
man.
I'm excited for you, but don't let your excitement cloud your judgment about the things. All I'm saying is get the planning now away from each other, talking to each other. So when you all execute, it will be good. A lot of times we don't do the planning and the execution is poor. Like I said, you should have graduated a long time ago had you did the planning, had you did the research, had you looked into what you really wanted to major in, had you thought about this, this, and the third. But you just did it because you had a zeal and it took longer and it could have been shorter had you planned. And that's all I'm saying. If nothing else, that's all I'm saying. And that takes time. You just don't do it at the spur of the moment. You do it, you think about it, and then y'all get together. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm happy for you. I really am.
I
But
surely
you know,
appreciate you.
I do want a relationship to be intact and not all of this drama
Nah,
that
fuck no.
we are
And let me say
seeing.
this.
Yeah.
Please let me say this. This is not no Tommy. Well, hold on, go on mute right quick, Jay Wilson. It's the echo. This ain't no Tommy and Castro type of thing. Like we are mature. We knew when to walk away from the situation. That didn't mean that we didn't love each other or this and that. We just knew when to walk away. Now I'm gonna take Jay Wilson's advice, but last night talking on the phone, it was already established that what he's trying to do, sick and all, blood clots and all. The nigga say, you know, there's a reason why we're talking right now. And I do agree with what Jay Wilson say, and that's the plan. The plan is to have fun. Don't make things complicated. Just go with the natural flow of things. But I am excited because now
I'm excited for you. I'm
I have
excited
a
for you,
fight.
Brian. But let me
I have
say
a,
this though, I
Mhm.
ain't gonna lie. When you say he slapped you more than once, you say he did a double slap.
Yeah, that nigga.
It was very much given Tommy and Castro.
No,
Not to
that
say
nigga
that
was
you all
mad.
are Tommy and Castro, but again, you know, that's why I was looking at you with the side eye. I'm like, bitch, he hit
Nah,
you.
nah,
I'm
hell
like,
no.
bitch, I wish you would
Jay
hit me.
Wilson, I was
What?
disrespectful,
No,
Jay
no, no,
Wilson.
no, 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 no. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't give
You
a
have to
damn.
agree.
Bitch, you better not hit me. And being white too? Oh, fuck no. Hell no. No, 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 no. No. Let me tell you something.
What's the
Let me tell
difference
you
in
something.
a
I would have
wife?
said no. I would have said no. To me, being deep south, first of all, it's a miracle that I would even date you. That's number one. That's why I say all black people ain't the same. All black people ain't the same because I'm older than you. So I remember segregation and shit, and because I've been through that. So everybody's experience is different. Okay, everybody's experience is different, and when you come to a place where all white men think that you want them because they can give you something or I've not had
Nah,
really good relationships with white men because white men my age always think they got to take care of somebody or they done dealt with somebody on drugs and they think you see it's a mentality. So Brian, you and I are a little different, and so
nah, it ain't. Hold up, let me just say this, please, because I think
hold
there's a.
on, no, no, no. Let me say this though. Let me say
I
this.
think it's a
White,
misconsumption
no, no, no. White,
somewhere.
black, or what? Let me tell you something. A bitch would have walked away. A bitch would have walked away because if I got off a phone and you slapped me, bitch, I would have whooped some ass. It wouldn't have been no ands,
You
but that would
see,
have been the last black man you would have hit. Now, that's you. Now, Brian, now that's you. Because that Aries in me would have been, bitch, I'm going to make you cry before you make me cry. And you hit me in my nice face. And
but
oh,
see, I'm a
hell no.
Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm more sensitive. I'm a
Bitch,
lover,
I'm a
not a
ram.
fighter.
Baby,
I'm a
because
lover, not a
but
fighter.
no, 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 but for the mere fact that you said that, and I'm like,
No, no, hold up, Pastor. First of all, I took accountability of what I did wrong.
I
I
don't give
can't.
a
I
damn if
can't.
I burnt
Hold
down
up,
the house, bitch. You better not put your hands on
Jay
me.
Wilson. Jay Wilson. Jay Wilson. I can't sit up there and pour fire in your lap and tell you how to react. I can't do that.
But it's not
I
okay. And the people, let me say this: hitting, I don't care who, it is never, 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 ever okay. Now, if I would have got off that, because see, Brian, let me tell you something. I would have been perceived. The thing about Mississippi and me is, I agree with Mississippi. I agree with Mississippi, and we would have had a phone call. We would have had a conversation, and it would have went like, okay, I don't know who the hell this is. First of all, this is late and it's unacceptable. Nobody should be calling you except your mom and your daddy, and it's an emergency and somebody at the hospital or somebody on your job. Don't you ever have no man calling our house at this particular point unless it's an emergency. If this shit happens again, you can pack your shit or I'm packing my shit and I'm out. You will never disrespect me like that. Is that understood? I don't play that shit. I don't play this. If you're going to be with me there. So you need to tell your man or I will tell him, but we're not going to have this. This is the first time and the last time. Bitch, you make sure this don't happen no more. Because if it happens again, we got a problem. And I would have went to bed and that would have been it. If that bitch would have called you again and you would have took that phone, I would have been out that house. I would have been out the house because it's a thing of disrespect. And my thing is, see, Brian, you keep on blaming. See, again, that's where the emotional intelligence comes in. Because if that shit would have happened to me, that would have been the conversation you would have gotten.
but
That
Jay
would have been our
Wilson.
conversation. And if you would have gotten spicy with me, I'm like, bitch, I'm gone. Okay,
Jay
because
Wilson.
right now,
Let's
what you're
agree.
not gonna do is that. Go ahead.
Jay Wilson. Let's agree to disagree because you are an Aries. I am a Sagittarius.
And because I'm an Aries, and because I can tell you without hitting you that that's wrong, that should be a big sign to you right now. Because if anybody who can set it off is those Aries, and I would have sat there and I would have watched you, and we would have had that conversation. I would have been in a real tone, but baby, and if you would have got spicy with me, that would have been the last time. You
Let's
hear me?
just agree.
Because let me tell you
Listen,
something. Because
let's
baby, I
disagree
was
to
sat there, I
disagree.
would have waited, and I knew your ass would have been calling me. Because that's how Aries is. I'm just saying, Brian, you
Let's
don't let
disagree
people.
to disagree.
Well, no,
I I took
I
responsibility.
want you to agree that you won't let nobody put your hands on. Because
Well,
see, Brian, that's disturbing to me that you think that is okay. I don't think
no,
it was
I
okay for
don't
you to
think
see
it's
that man's
okay.
car
Listen,
either.
Jay Wilson, let me get my point across, please. Though, with all due respect, I don't think that it's okay. What I'm telling you is, I could have hit that dude back that night, but I put myself in his excuse me, in his shoes. I seen how he was angry and crying that I blatantly disrespected him. So I was understandable. I ain't stupid to sit up there and let somebody hit me, but I knew exactly what I did to upset him, and that's how he reacted. Now let me tell you, what's the difference in a female sitting up there, you know, going through her man's phone, and then she start jacking him up and hitting on him? You cheating on me. What's the difference? You can't tell a female not to be upset and angry and pour bleach on his clothes. That's how she reacted to his
Uh-huh. But at the end of the day,
infidelity.
if that nigga want to press charges, she's gone. See, this is what I'm trying to say. It's not right
I
either
no,
way.
I get that.
I'm telling
I
you, it's
get
not
that.
right either way. All I'm
And
saying,
I'm not
Brian,
saying
wrong
that
is
it's right.
wrong, and that's it. And yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree, but it shouldn't have happened the first time. And this is what I'm saying. And this is why I am saying that you all really need to talk through some things. And yeah, y'all older. You older,
And I
but I'm
won't
not
do no
gonna
shit
lie.
like that.
I'm not gonna lie because you almost had a lick back moment on that.
Listen,
You almost had a lick back moment,
listen.
and
That's
I'm
why
like,
I've
no,
been
no, no, no,
single.
no. I'm like, nope, 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 nope. I
Jay
said, y'all need to
Wilson.
talk this behind the scene. Go ahead.
That's why I've been single for years. That's why I, date, and then I like my singleness. And there is one person that disrupted that, and that was him. And like I said, I don't have no lick backs. Nobody's gonna
Mm-hmm,
nobody's gonna touch me unless I allow them to touch me. Uh,
mm-hmm,
and and like I said, I'm gonna have fun. I'm not gonna be too heavy on this because I have my health that like I have to go for my morning walk in a couple of minutes. I have my
mm-hmm,
health that I'm trying to get back because I want to live. I want to see
mm-hmm.
different things in life and actually be healthy to be in a relationship. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
nursing myself back, to good health, and I'm trying to be productive in my life. I don't have time for no toxic relationship like no Tommy and no Castro. I'm looking
All
to
right.
fun. I'm looking to have fun, and that's what we're going to do. God put him back in my life for a reason. So, but I really do appreciate what you're saying. I sat up there and I thank you for answering my email and giving me your advice, because I do look to you sometimes. I guess in a 1099 type of way,
It ain't
for
1099. Let me
advice.
say this: it ain't 1099 when it comes to this. I mean, like I said, I just think sometimes we operate in a quick mode, and sometimes we really need to step back and look at the panoramic view, sit back and look at the picture. And all I'm gonna say again for the relationship is, I think it'll be a good relationship. I'm happy of what you all have done and what you're talking about. All I'm saying is, though, there needs to be some planning and execution and some
It
real
will be.
conversation, and not, okay, I'm moving here tomorrow. No,
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 that
you
dude
need
have
to.
a whole career up in Alabama. Oh, I just doxed for this niggas that dang. I
No,
talked too
that's
fucking
okay.
much.
It's not. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
okay. Whatever.
yeah.
I mean, but
I mean, he has a whole career.
I'm glad that, and I think that
Dang, I talk too much.
distance. I think that distance, and I think that those. I think the distance and having to prepare on his end to do anything is a good thing, because you just can't run and leave and say, I'm coming over. No, 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 no. You need to
The
prepare.
dude,
You need to do the right thing. You need to
listen
da
to
da
what I'm
da da.
telling you. Listen to what I'm telling you. The dude lives in Alabama. I already doxed it. I already got down. I talk too fucking much, but he moved to Alabama. Like I said, Jay Wilson, I'm not gonna tell this dude what to do. I get what you're saying it, planning and execution, yes. But if he wants to drive 8 hours to come and see me in the middle of a night on the
And I'm not
weekend when
saying
he's
that that's
off,
bad, Brian.
I'm gonna
Look,
tell him to
look,
come
look.
on.
I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
I'm
No,
gonna tell him to come on.
look, look. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. But if he's getting ready to do this, then you. But
This
see, Brian,
weekend.
let me say this though: if it's moving really breakneck pace, you need to tell him you can do that. But
Man, I'm about
this
to
is
get
what
ready
I
to
need
see
to
this.
do.
I'm about to get ready to see this man after 10 years this weekend. He said he
I'm
want
not
to make
mad.
that drive. He
Baby,
said he
baby,
don't
let me
want
say,
to
Brian,
fly.
I'm not mad at that. And it's okay to see each other for the weekend and all of that stuff.
He's
But all I'm saying is execute
the
the
nigga don't
plan.
want to fly,
Because
Jay
again,
Wilson. Listen, the dude don't want to fly. He's into sports cars. He want to drive a sports car on that interstate, on that I-10. Come on and do it. You know, I'm
and I'm not
listen.
mad at that. All I'm saying to you,
Okay.
Brian, is at the end of the day, that's beautiful. That's cool. Make it, execute it, because again, you could be by rushing this, cutting the relationship short, or you could be getting to a place quicker if you execute and slow it down and stop to smell the coffee and stop to get the view. Sometimes we go to a city and miss all of this stuff because we don't stop and slow it down to enjoy where we are. You know what I'm saying? So my
I
thing
hear you.
is, you got to stop and enjoy the view. You got to stop and stop rushing trying to get here. I mean, that's my thing. I was talking to my father, and we were talking about, hey, you worked in this field and I worked in this field. And we both worked in the field of transportation. He was a trucker. And of course, I was a flight attendant. But you know what? My father could tell me about every road, every this, and the third, right? But I said, so did you do something there? Did you know? You know why? Because he never had the chance or the time to stop to enjoy it. All he did was get to a destination,
And
do
get
what
them
he needed to
loads
do, and
and get
that's
them
it.
loads
And,
dropped
and,
off.
and me as a flight attendant, baby, I could stop because I was going to be in that city for 2 or 3 days and enjoy it, didn't rush it, and enjoyed it. So we went to the same places, right? But my perspective on that place is totally different than his. And I'm seeing things in depth where he was like, well, I know the road. All he could talk about is interstates. But when I was talking about this, and this, he knew nothing about it. And all I'm saying to you is you have to stop to be able to take it all in. And when you don't stop to take it all in, you miss all of that good stuff. You miss all of this because you're
Nah,
too busy trying to rush. And all I'm saying
I
is,
ain't gonna miss shit. I ain't gonna miss
okay,
shit because
all right,
I was on
Brian.
my deathbed. You know,
All I'm gonna say is
I
this.
wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to walk. You know, the way
I
my
got you, and
legs
I
were.
get
So
that. I get
so
that. But my
I'm
thing is this:
trust me.
look, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger.
Yeah, I got you, Jay. I got you, Jay
I
Wilson.
ain't never been wrong
I
about
got you.
stuff like this. And all I'm saying is we know what I mean, we done seen it. I mean, you done been on camera. So we done seen half of the stuff, not all of it, but at least half of the stuff you went through. So we get that. We get that it's been a difficult year. It's been a difficult time. Car accidents, blood clots, health issues.
Yeah,
We get that. But my thing is
yeah.
this,
Somebody put a
enjoy.
curse on me.
Nobody
Somebody
ain't put
put a
no
curse,
curse on you.
and
No,
it
no,
was
it's
some of
like,
my karma. It was some of my
let me say
karma.
this. No, it's life. It's life. It's life. Everybody has a season. My season happened when I got laid off. But you know what? The bottom line is, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna complain about it. There's a lesson to be learned off of this. There's something that I need to learn from this. I'm going to take it. It ain't no curse. It ain't no karma. It's you being an adult. It's you being able to get through it. So when you see that test again, you don't fail it. See, again, it is not that. That's why I had a problem with Castro talking about his EBT card got blocked because he was doing people wrong. God is not sitting here looking at your EBT card saying you get no ribs this week.
Yeah,
That. My thing
it's
is
your
life
action. You know, it's
happens.
his action.
Life happens. My thing is this. So now you go through this. What did you learn from it? How are you not gonna get with it? Hopefully he gets with somebody who got some sense. It's a lot
Shit,
of stuff that we can learn from it.
I learned to exercise my bitch ass. I learned not to order fast food. I learned to drink water, no soda. I learned to actually take my medicine so I can get my levels where I can get off this shit. I learned to
Yeah.
exercise. So, you know, I do agree with what you're saying. I
Yeah.
totally
So
agree.
look, love that man. Enjoy
I
your
will.
weekend. Have a great time. But my thing is plan. My
And
thing is
execute.
enjoy the view.
Yeah,
and enjoy him being in Alabama and you all getting to know each other because again, you have the most intense time when you ain't with each other. You call each other more when you ain't with each other because you want to
I,
know what each other's doing. That's what you need to enjoy right now.
that
That's what you
first
need to
time
enjoy right now.
that first time was undeniable. He had to move in with me, because once I'm with you, no, you have to be where I'm at, and that's what it was. He moved directly in with me, so I do agree with what you're saying, Pastor.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, I'm excited for you.
yeah.
I'm not shitting you. I'm really excited for you. I
And
just
thank you,
look.
and listen, thank you for talking to me. I really do appreciate this because sometimes people need an older person advice. You have a relationship. You always,
And
I'm
keep
not
your,
a
let me say
date
this.
around type of
Let me
person.
say this. I don't have a problem with you talking. Let me tell you what. Okay, let me get to my fake office.
Oh shit. Okay, you got to
At
go
my
to work.
fake.
My bad. You got to go to
Oh,
work.
no, because I'm in charge, so I can do what I want to do. Amen. I'm a real executive, no fake.
Ooh,
Hold on for a
ooh,
minute.
ooh, 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 ooh. And it just is what it is. I am excited. I have a new lease on life. And you know, that's all I got to say. I
Okay,
mean,
I'm in my office now.
I just have a new
Woo.
lease on life, Jay Wilson, and I really do appreciate you telling me
Look,
the stuff.
now let me say this. Let me tell you what you did really well, because I'm gonna give you your glows and blows.
Yeah.
What you did well was you didn't put that man face on camera, thank God. I don't have a problem with you talking to that man,
Oh no, he
but
fine.
my thing is this: once you and that man really get established, keep your man off, like I told Tommy Castro, because your man ain't for the streets and your man ain't for YouTube consumption. Whatever happens, keep your business off of here. Um, you notice that when people say, your man went back to his wife, I'm sitting here laughing. Your man got this, whatever. You can't get, people will know more about your relationship than you. And so, and I'm telling you this because it's going to work. I feel that it's going to work. I feel that you're going to do the right thing. So
Yes.
all I'm saying is keep your man off. And
And
if you
who
do share your man, share that man very sparingly and do what you got to do. That's
man
all.
that dude I mean, you already know the nigga gonna be on my channel. You already know that, dog. I mean that's the
Well,
that's the that's the
my
cold
thing is
part
this:
about it. You know he's gonna be
you have to be
but it ain't that.
careful.
No, trust me, this
And
is not no Castro and
no,
Tommy
no,
are
no, no. Listen to me. You
they're
got to be
alcoholics
careful.
and they're
No, it ain't
YouTube
about being.
thirsty.
It ain't about being alcoholics. Let me say this. I don't think it would be healthy for Mississippi to be on because Mississippi sounds like a very protective man. And sometimes, so my man don't watch YouTube because he gets angry and he might want to whip somebody's ass.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
So
that's Mississippi, man.
you don't do that because I have to remind him that this is a show. I don't know these people, and so this is what you got to do. And this is why I was looking at Brianna like, girl, take your man off of here. You don't have nothing to prove to these people. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just telling you, if you got somebody who's very protective of you, YouTube ain't the place for them to be at all.
I
At
mean, but that's not
all.
going to. I mean, these people ain't going to stop me from making content and making a fun video or us out to eat or
Be careful.
doing.
That's all
You
I'm gonna
know,
say. Be careful. Be careful. Take my advice.
no,
Be
I
careful
got you.
because my whole man was on here, and you know what? It was just talk about the relationship, baby. Be careful. I'm telling you. See, again, be careful.
I
And I'm
got you.
telling you this for a reason. So all I'm going to say, Brian, is congratulations.
Thank
All I
you.
will say is execute and
And plan.
enjoy the time that he's in Alabama. You know
Yes,
he's going to be in Texas at some point, and
for
while
sure.
he's trying to get those things together to, I guess, get to Texas or what have you, y'all plan, y'all talk, y'all really do what you got to do. Don't try to prove, and I know you're not, but I'm gonna tell you because it happens. You don't have to prove nothing to no niggas.
Well,
Don't
hold
try to
on.
prove nothing. No, I'm just saying because
But hold
a
up, right
lot of
quick though.
uh,
Hold up. CEO little boss lady says, Brian, you're looking forward to the wrong things. Now, what's wrong about like? Well, listen, I'm not even
Brian,
gonna.
I don't think you're looking forward to the wrong
Yeah,
things.
I'm
I
not even
just,
gonna justify that because what are you talking about? Wrong
but
things of what?
Brian, what? And I'm gonna say this, even with me, whatever you and that man decide to do is your business. I'm just giving you the opinion because you asked for it.
You're
At the
right.
end of the day, you gonna do what the hell you want. At the end of
Okay.
the day, he's gonna do what the hell he wants. But you
And
just need to be
that's
wise
the
about it.
court. Listen, that's the court a nigga like me, Pastor. Cause you know why, Pastor? Huh? It's
Mm-mm.
undeniable. I don't know what these people are talking about. I'm gonna wish them well. And like I say, this is not no Tommy and I don't have I know I first of all I have discernment. And second of all, if
Can
something
I
is
say
not
something, Brian? I want to interrupt you really quickly because I think people get it mixed up.
Mhm.
All same gender loving relationships is not about sex.
Exactly.
People don't understand that that's not hard to get. It is not about that. Now, I have a companion. I have somebody who travels with me. I have somebody who has my back, somebody who encourages me to do what I need to do. And it's a lot about that. I think a lot of people think it's about that. Now, everybody has
Ho-
sex in a
Hold up, Jay
relationship.
Wilson.
So I don't think why, okay, go ahead.
It says, why do you feel the need to bring him here? What does that prove if your intentions is to have a healthy relationship? I think that you're overthinking this, with all due respect. I'm not even trying to be rude to you, CEO, little boss lady. I'm think, first of all, I'm going to be 40 pretty soon. Okay. I'm looking for different things in life. I'm looking for what I had and what we had. And I'm not looking forward to no wrong things. I'm looking forward to getting to know, linking back up, dating, courting, you know, getting to know each other. I think that you're overthinking it and you're trying to put a negative, spirit over this. But I'm going to
I
say,
don't think people are trying to put a negative
yeah,
spirit over it, but
I
Brian,
think she
no,
is.
no, 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 no. Come on, take
I
a
think she
breather.
is.
Let's look at the big picture. Let's look at the big picture because sometimes we can take what people are thinking as wrong. I can understand what Boss Lady CEO is saying because we've seen so many people to bring their other half on and it doesn't go well. And my thing is, she was saying, well, hey, if you really got this and this, why even bring him on? And Brian, you got to really realize that some people do have a question mark in their head to,
They can have it. They
okay,
can
so
have it.
then let them have it.
They can
Long as,
have it. Okay.
look, long as long as you know. So that should even be an issue of that. But you got to realize that, you know how people are. And
Brian trying to be
people,
Castro and Tommy. Girl,
no, I
first
don't
of
think
all,
Yolanda, Yolanda, I don't think he's trying to
baby,
be that.
first
I
of
don't,
all,
I don't.
I don't drink every day. Second of all, I'm productive. I go to work and I don't be on here beating nobody's behind on no guy. How am I trying to be a Castro and Tommy? Please, this is real life. And when you talk about me and when you think about me, I do real life. I don't do YouTube antics and stunts. So this will never be Castro and Tommy. You'll never see me driving with no seatbelt, speeding, drunk. You will never see me on here going to somebody's house with a hammer. You will never see me do those YouTube antics. This is real life up over here. And that's why I emailed Jay Wilson so he can see for himself because I don't waste people time. Okay. And I did ask for his advice and I'm going to follow his advice, the ones that, that apply to me. And then I'm going to have fun. I don't know what y'all talking about, but God bless y'all. I'm on a new journey. I have a new lease on life, and there's a reason why he hit me up out of nowhere, and that's I'm gonna have fun. And I'm looking forward to some new things, living differently. Shout out to the Zoloft. Shout out to all the other medications that stabilizing my bitch ass. Because maybe I'm just looking at things a little differently. And it is what it is. Pastor got to go to work. Jay Wilson, thank you so much. And I appreciate this. You took the time to help me and counsel me, and I appreciate that. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. And I will apply what applies to me. And I'm looking forward to having fun, enjoying life while I have it. Y'all have a good morning.
Well,
And
look,
see.
Brian, at the end of the day,
Hmm.
enjoy your life. Don't worry about these people. You know what you're doing. You don't even have to worry about what I say. At the end of the day, it's all about what you want to do. All I just say is just be careful and just execute and plan. And that's my advice. And
And Jay
again,
Wilson, you're tired of talking about time. So how does the beef sector don't care? Tommy and Castro got this shit on fire when they came over here and got on fire. So what are
you know
y'all
what though?
talking about?
Let me say this with them. I'm going to talk about it as long as the goofballs are on. I'm going to hold on for a minute, you all.
Yeah, how Tommy think because he on here calling somebody the FAGGOT word
So,
every 5 seconds, that's
so
having the street on fire, being drunk and calling people the F word and looking like a lunatic and having the police at your door, that's having the streets on fire. Y'all can have it on fire, man. Let me be a water sign.
it's definitely on fire, but my thing is for the wrong reason. And like I said, Brian, I just let people do them. And at the end of the day, like your relationship, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And that's all I can say. And I just hope that it goes well. I hope that you all communicate. I would definitely not have him on here. I think if he is the type of person that is extremely protective, you need to tell him this is a job and you need to move on. I don't think that he should be included in stuff. I mean, they see my boo every once in a while, but it's very much in a we're doing something capacity. I have pictures of us together, but I won't put them on YouTube. So when you see me, oh, he ain't never with Jay. I got pictures. I got pictures, but I don't have to give you access to me. You have some access, but you don't have all access. And I just think that you have to do people like that. So those are my thoughts to you, Brian. And I just wish you the best in your endeavors and truly, do what you got. I'm gonna say though, if you bring it on, if it sounds crazy, I'm gonna say, Brian, that sounds crazy. I'm gonna say it, but I just think that you're doing what you need to do now, and I just wish you the best. And that's the honest God truth. No hate, no shade. I was a little, and let me say this: I don't hate Queen Tulsa. I don't want y'all to go up there talking about, ooh, Jay, shade you, Queen Tulsa. No, I just thought that sometimes people just do a little too much too soon. And I mean, I think that man, I don't know. I don't even think it's that. I think you can be inquisitive without being so abrasive and just so matter of factly. I mean, I asked the same question without even mentioning this stuff. I said, well, knowing that Brian has gone through all of these challenges, I don't know if you know about some of those challenges, what's going on. And then Brian came in and said, yeah, this happened, my health and da 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 da. So Brian kind of picked that up. But here you go. What you gonna do with Ro? What you going? I'm like, really? Ro ain't even here. Leave Ro alone. Ro is in his own place. So yeah. Well, look, y'all, I gotta go. It's cool. Yolanda, you can't tell love when to show up. You can't tell love when to show up. You can't tell love when to show up. So I just say, wish for the best and do what you got to do. If that man didn't want Brian, I think the man wants Brian. I think y'all just don't believe that nobody could want Brian because that's maybe what y'all think about Brian, but I think the man wants Brian. I think Brian wants the man. I just think they need to be a little bit methodical and a slow process about how they do that. But let's not be negative. Let's not be negative, Yolanda. Let's not be negative. I know you may not like the man, but I think that man comes and that's it. You know, he need to be worried about himself. It seems like the man was worried about himself when he was with him. So this may be what Brian needs. Y'all stop being so negative. Now, I know I can be negative sometimes, but stop being negative and let's hope for the best. Now, I'll tell you what, if it start going south and it's crazy, I'm going to say something about it. So that's all I'm going to say. Yolanda, I hope he doesn't either. But Yolanda, I just hope that y'all not crazy enough to try to dox somebody y'all don't know because y'all don't like another person. That's what I pray for. Because again, you know, I think some folk in the YouTube sphere whose subscribers are crazy as cat feet. That's all. Because I think that, Yolanda, I think that's crazy. I think people who want to call folk jobs and call people's parents and all of that stuff to get back, I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy. So when y'all talking about Brian, look at yourself. And I'm talking about all subscribers in general. Look at yourself. Why do you feel the need to do this? Is this thing getting too serious for you that you need to be doing this kind of stuff? So that's what I'm asking y'all. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So with that said, ooh, that Black Rifle coffee is strong. With that said, I'm getting ready to log off. Y'all have a good one. Yolanda, stop being so negative. You know I love you down, Yolanda, but stop being so negative. Stop being negative, Yolanda. It sounded really negative from you. Now, Yolanda, I love you down, but stop. Stop. Look at your comments. Stop. Oh, stop, Yolanda. Stop. Oh, gosh. Y'all, I mean, some of y'all subscribers are just really just like, chill out. They gonna find them. Y'all act like y'all want the man to be found. Stop doing that kind of stuff. Yolanda, honey, Yolanda, hold your peace and let the Lord fight your battle, boo. Because when you try to do it on your own, you're gonna mess it up. Now, Brian has done something to you. Let God handle it. Stop doing that. Because I truly believe when you start doing stuff and start being retaliatory, that junk comes back on you. Come on now, sis. Come on. Come on. Come on. We too old for this. We too old for this. We too old for this. You see what's happened to Castro and Tommy already. Sit back. Y'all act like y'all get joy out of people's pain. Y'all act like y'all get joy out of people's calamities. I don't. I don't. Yolanda, stop. Yolanda, stop. You know better, Yolanda. Come on. You too old for this. Sis, you too old for this. Sis, you too old for this. You too old for this. You too old for this, baby. I just feel so sorry for some y'all too old for this. Okay, I'm not a girl. I'm not a girl, and somebody can say with your voice you sound like a man, but Yolanda, that junk don't bother me, sis. Sis, come on. You too old for this. You too old for this. And what you doing with Stomp Down, I'm not that type of person. I can kind of see through this. But if you get upset because I'm telling you to be the woman that you should be and start acting your age and stop being negative, then that's on you. So go ahead and start your live. I don't care about that. I don't have no issue with you. I'm doing my content. And like I said, y'all come over here. But God bless you, honey. Do what you got to do. Well, if Brian is desperate, let him be desperate. That's his life. And if somebody wants to be with him, let him be with him. What does that have to do with you? How long don't you have a man? Haven't you been with your man for a long time? I mean, so again, this is when y'all just too invested. Now, I'm just trying to make sure that he takes his stuff slowly. Baby, I'm not jumping down your throat. You're just being negative. You being negative. And the man didn't say anything to you, Yolanda. Look at your comments, Yolanda. Brian has said nothing about you. He mentioned nothing about you in here. And here you are doing this. And now you're saying I'm jumping down your throat. No, I'm just saying be the grown woman that you are. That's all I'm saying. Because you know you're negative and you know that what you're doing is not quite right. And if you think it's right, Yolanda, you go on with it. But I'm not going to co-sign for you because this is this man's life and he's going to do what he wants to do. Nobody don't stop you from doing what you want to do. So let this man go ahead and do what you got to do, baby. Look, y'all, I'm getting ready to end this. I'm just so sorry Yolanda thinks somebody's jumping down her throat for Brian. No, wrong is wrong and right is right. Yeah, wrong is right is right. That's it. And just because you don't like the man, that don't mean you have to be a butt. So it is what it is. So look, y'all, I'm getting ready to head on out. And well, Island Diva, no, I haven't watched Raw. But honey, everybody's here for a click and a view. And it ain't no friends on YouTube. We all 1099s. That's all. Let me tell you something now, Brian. You and that man do what you got to do and you be happy. Because a lot of people don't want you happy. I want you happy. I want you to happy, but I want you to be happy with a plan. I want you to be happy with observations and how to correct things. I just don't want you to go in head first without counting up the costs. That's all I'm saying. But I want you happy though. Now, I don't want to be like these people talking about you desperate and all of that stuff because I think that's silly. I think that's silly. That man came on and I can hear in that man's voice that that man likes who you are, loves who you are, and you love who he is. I have no doubt about that. But my thing is this, you need to stop listening to these people and you need to build your relationship, keep on working on your health. And Brian, I'm going to say this, and I want you to hear me good. I want you to hear me good. And I know we go back and forth, but the best revenge is success. The best revenge is success. The best revenge is success. And you don't even have to say nothing. All you got to do is walk in it. So succeed in getting your mental health together, succeed in getting your financial wealth back on track, succeed in your love life, and baby, it will make the girls angry. It will make them angry every time. That's the best revenge, is to succeed. That's all I'm gonna say. I wish the best for you. I wish the best for Tommy. I wish the best for Castro. I don't think they should be together. I think they need to be apart. I think Tommy need to move on. I think he need to stop drinking so much and acting manic on that television screen. Those are suggestions. It's not bad advice. It's solid advice. And that's the thing. If I was talking about the man like a dog and da 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 da, but no. Castro, same. And Castro, you think I'm being hard on you, brother, but you're not always truthful. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So do what you got to do. Um, Jehovah Witness, you don't think that some of these women don't act desperate for a man? It seems like people want love. We got people flying all over the country. And the funny part is the people who always claim people desperate, you know, y'all look how many women. Oh, Lord. Let me say this. Honest Row may be angry, but even Honest Row gonna have to move on at some point in time. And Brian, again, the best way to to get your revenge is to be successful. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Stop worried about what these people think about your relationship. Stop worrying about what people do, this and this and this, and win. And win. Stop trying to prove yourself to folk. Stop trying to prove you ain't desperate and that this man loves you, and win. You know what the deal is. Go ahead and win. All right, with that, I'm out.